Ain't nobody's running, ain't nobody's hiding, nobody's ducking. I mean, Crawford's going to be right there, ready to trade blows with Canelo Alvarez. Why did you use that word war? Why are you feeling that way?
Down the list and ask me about tactical advantages. Most of them are Crawford.
Crawford could see everything coming. He could see everything coming that Canelo threw at him. He was reading it so well. His guard was so tight as well when he was up at the ropes, when he was exiting, looking to move around.
About the same size, but that was a brilliant performance. And what can you say? I mean, you got to give him his credit. He created a lot of history. He dreamt this fight. He willed it to happen. A lot of people, not me, but a lot of people laughed at him, said forget about it, no chance against the bigger guy.
Stephen A. Smith reacted strongly to Canelo Alvarez's loss against Terence Crawford. He explained that Crawford wanted this fight for a long time to solidify his legacy. According to him, Crawford proved himself on the biggest stage and is now the champion, taking away Canelo's shine. Smith emphasized that this was not just another win, but a defining moment. Max Kellerman also agreed that Crawford's performance was historic and career-defining. Max Kellerman broke down Canelo Alvarez's loss to Terence Crawford with a sharp perspective. He compared the challenge to moving up multiple weight classes and facing a dangerous opponent who can drag you into a real dogfight for the first time in your career. Kellerman noted that fighters with true confidence seek out tough opposition without worrying about size, speed, or power.
Division world champion out of Omaha, Nebraska. He's undefeated, 41-0 with 31 KOs. And he begged for this fight. He wanted Canelo bad because to him, it's all about legacy. I'm not speculating. I'm telling you what I know. And how would I know? It's because I interviewed him. Yesterday, we sat down. Here is my conversation with the one and only Terence Crawford challenging Saul Canelo Alvarez, moving up 2 weight divisions.
He highlighted how Crawford carried that fearless mindset, reminding everyone that for years, no fighter openly called out Bud. In his view, Crawford proved his place among the sport's most respected by embracing that challenge. Shakur Stevenson's admiration for Terence Crawford has always been visible. But after Crawford's emphatic win against Canelo Alvarez, his words carried even more weight. Shakur explained that Crawford not only delivered on everything he promised before the fight, but he also showcased why he is held in such high regard. Stevenson admitted that from the earliest stages of his own career, he had studied Crawford's style, mentality, and discipline.
Giving up or having to jump up 2 more weight classes and fight a guy who might put him in a dogfight, a real one, for the first time in his career.
When we get put in that position, we go find opposition to make that happen. You understand me? So when we go looking for the opposition, we're not concerned about how big they are, how fast they are, how strong they are. We feel like we got enough that we can bring to the table with anybody. That night I fought John Ruiz, I didn't care who was over there. Whoever they brought out that locker room was going to get it. You understand me? That's just what it was. And I think Bud kind of has that feeling. Now, Bud, you got to remember, has been around for a long time. Nobody called him out. You understand me? All the time Floyd came at the boxing floor, never said I want Bud Crawford.
No one ever said his name.
Hey, all I know is one thing. Israel Mazrimov, he didn't get it. He barely lost.
Yeah, but I was just saying, but nobody called his.
Watching his idol accomplish such a historic feat confirmed for Shakur that greatness is built on years of preparation and consistency. For him, Crawford is not just a champion in the ring, but also a mentor figure who embodies the standard of excellence that younger fighters aspire to. Stephen A. Smith reflected on how determined Terence Crawford was leading into the Canelo fight. He explained that while some fighters might have requested that a superstar like Canelo come down to a more comfortable weight class, Crawford insisted on stepping into Canelo's territory at 168 pounds. For Crawford, the challenge was never about convenience. It was about legacy. Stephen reminded viewers that Canelo Alvarez is still one of the sport's most elite fighters with a resume stacked with championships across multiple divisions. For Crawford to want exactly what Canelo held at this weight class and to pursue it without hesitation revealed his drive to claim greatness on the most difficult stage possible.
Who was over there? Whoever they brought out that locker room was going to get it. You understand me? That's just what it was. And I think Bud kind of has that feeling. Now, Bud, you got to remember, has been around for a long time. Nobody called him out. You understand me? All the time Floyd came at the boxing floor, never said I want Bud Crawford.
No one ever said his name.
Hey, all I know is one thing. Israel Mazrimov, he didn't get it. He barely lost.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, but nobody called his name.
Shakur Stevenson's admiration for Terence Crawford has always been visible. But after Crawford's emphatic win against Canelo Alvarez, his words carried even more weight. Shakur explained that Crawford not only delivered on everything he promised before the fight, but he also showcased why he is held in such high regard. Stevenson admitted that from the earliest stages of his own career, he had studied Crawford's style, mentality, and discipline. Watching his idol accomplish such a historic feat confirmed for Shakur that greatness is built on years of preparation and consistency. For him, Crawford is not just a champion in the ring, but also a mentor figure who embodies the standard of excellence that younger fighters aspire to.
Cook Canelo. He said he was going to outbox him. He did exactly what I called years ago, and tonight he proved that he's the greatest boxer that ever lived.
No, in the interview that didn't work, you said you felt like going on a run watching that tonight. How much inspiration can you take from someone like Terence?
I take everything from I've been around him since I was a kid, and just watching that greatness.
Aide Oladipo highlighted the dramatic turnaround in public perception surrounding Terence Crawford. Before the fight, critics dismissed Crawford as too small, too old, and unfit to compete with a powerhouse like Canelo Alvarez at a higher weight. Yet, after the fight, many of those same voices were quick to congratulate him, forgetting the doubt they had expressed earlier. Aide emphasized that Crawford deserved every ounce of praise because he achieved the win in the most difficult way possible.
1-0, Molly, with 31 knockouts. He's taken on all comers. I asked him, you're moving up in weight. Why would you not try to get Canelo to come down from 168 to 160 to meet you halfway since Crawford's last fight was at 154? Crawford said, I want what he has. I want to go take it. I don't want to make, I don't want to make concessions and alterations. I'm coming to take what he has. And you look at him, and no one believes that he can't pull it off. He can box, he can punch, he's smart, he's elite, and he wants Canelo. He begged Canelo for this fight.
Moving up from smaller divisions and then challenging a dominant figure like Canelo was not a shortcut. It was a monumental risk. By beating Canelo decisively, Crawford proved he is not defined by size or age, but by skill and sheer determination. The weight concept analyst offered an important perspective by shutting down the narrative that Canelo's loss could be dismissed as the decline of a fading champion. He pointed out that Crawford is actually older than Canelo, which means age cannot be used as an excuse for Alvarez's defeat. Moreover, Canelo entered the ring with clear advantages in weight, power, and comfort in the division. Despite all of this, he was still beaten by Crawford. WD's argument was that this victory was not about Canelo being past his prime, but about Crawford elevating himself to another level entirely.
Did it again a few hours ago against Canelo. And what makes it even special or more special for Crawford is that he did it jumping up, as we know, a couple of weight classes. He did it against one of an all-time or another fellow all-time great, and he did it against someone who was undisputed and still a pound-for-pound top 10 guy. That's what Crawford did, people. So, all those things people were saying in the lead up to this fight, Canelo's going to be too strong, Canelo's too experienced, Crawford's going to be 38, all that. You have to remember all of that when you give Crawford his flowers. Don't like, oh, well, Canelo looks old. No. I don't want to hear any of that. I've started to see a few people on Twitter start to kind of sort of find excuses already. No. Remember everything you said, because Crawford deserves all of that. All of that. Crawford was incredible. Honestly, in the pocket, he was at times showing Canelo, no, I'm stronger than you. I'm going to bully you. Oh, you think you're going to get me in the clinch because you're Mr. 168? No, look at the size of me. I'm jacked as well. I'm swole. And he was moving Canelo around. So by doing that, he got his respect. He didn't switch to orthodox once, stayed in the southpaw stance because he realized early, oh, Canelo don't like this. Canelo does not like this southpaw stance. Canelo's tripping over himself. I'm going to stay here. I'm not going to switch it. No, I like this work. I'm going to stay here. On the ropes, it's like, okay, come in, because when you come in, I've got that as well, and I can hurt you as well. Spinning off the ropes. His jab was fantastic. They put up the jab numbers. He was out-jabbing Canelo like It was almost like 10-1, maybe even 20-1. It was fantastic. And when he needed to land those power shots, he was landing those power shots. It was an incredible performance.
Dismantling the excuses, he reinforced that Crawford's win was authentic, legitimate, and historic. Carl Froch, the former world champion, analyzed Crawford's tactical shift in the middle rounds. According to Froch, once the 6th and 7th rounds passed, Crawford realized that he needed to press forward and establish greater control of the fight. His jab became the weapon that opened up opportunities, breaking down Canelo's rhythm and forcing him onto the back foot. Froch praised Crawford's intelligence in knowing exactly when to adjust his approach. Rather than letting the fight drift, Crawford seized the moment to impose himself more aggressively. Another boxing analyst went into detail about why Terence Crawford's victory over Canelo Alvarez should be remembered as a masterclass in ring intelligence. He described Crawford's performance as nothing short of genius, pointing out how he seemed to anticipate every single punch Canelo attempted